Okay, good evening. Nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Kim from Dr. Kim Chung Club. Today I want to share with you feng shui and temples, churches, mosques. Okay, coming quickly to learn this topic. Okay, a bit slow, a bit live, but we'll be there. Okay, loaded. Okay, start. All right. Some of the student asked me, teacher, my house opposite is the temple. Teacher, my house 2 kilometers away is the mosque. My house 500 meters away is the church. How is the feng shui? Okay, let's talk about this topic. Okay. Share screen. Okay. 富人看风水. All right. So today we will talk about temple, churches, mosques, beside you, in front of you, behind you. Okay, now in the Asian text, they have a saying, right? The house right is in front, beside, left, right, up, down. There's temple, right, is considered inauspicious. So how is there a remedy? There's actually some remedy. Okay, ancient text say 衙前庙后不可居. 衙前庙后不可居. Yeah, this one. 衙前 means courtroom, police station. 庙 means mosque, churches, temple, right? Left, right, up, down, sideways. 不可居 means not suitable for, cannot consider as good feng shui. Why? Because this place, 衙前, it's not only police station, courtroom, or only, sometimes also refers to graveyard. Also refer to hospital, right? Court, police station, fire station, right? Electric station, all this in the ancient text is considered inauspicious to live nearby. Why? Because accordingly, right, the ancient Chinese ancestor stated that because there's this thing called the sa qi, correct? Or the inauspicious, or they call it the negative energy. Negative energy. All right. And then if you flip the ancient textbook and continue read, you will discover it says 庙前穷，庙后富，庙左右出寡妇. Means I say in front of the temple, courtroom, police station, and so on and so forth. Right? Hospital. Right? 庙前 means this is the 庙. Right? This is the front of the 庙. Alright, my house is here. 住在庙的前面, right? In front of the temple. Right? It says, oh, you will be poor. Why? Because, number one, right, temple in the ancient time, the temple outside the big door of the temple always gather beggars around. Ancient time. So you will see, wow, lots of beggars will be squatting around here asking for donations. Correct? And your house happened to be here. Alright? So to the Chinese ancestor, they said, hey, 庙前穷 ah. Correct? Because in front are all beggars. Number one. Number two, most of the time people who go enter the temple, they will have to do donation. Correct? So it has like a signal of 破财. 破财 means loss of wealth. Okay? Then what about if the temple, churches, mosque is at the left side, at the right side? Right? Accordingly, if you look at the picture, left and right usually means, in Chinese ancestor, left and right usually means the left arm and the right arm. Right? They call 左辅右臂. Correct? So left and right, easy to have widows, 出寡妇, which is written in the ancient text. Right? 左右 出寡妇. Why? Because the left and right, they are like the helper of the temple. So if who can be the helper of the temple? Must be they are what? They are single, right? Single means not attached people. Then they can help out in the temple. That's what it means. That is the reason why stay in front, 庙前穷, 左右出寡妇, left right, because left right is the helper, left hand helper, right hand helper. So left right helper means widow. That is the reason why they say 左右出寡妇. Okay, how about behind? Right, now behind, they usually say behind, okay lah. Why? Behind at least have wealth energy. How come? Right, because most of the time in the ancient time, most of the time the temple sits on a what? High ground, good ground, or the good ground. Correct? Or at least the temple, the place they sit, very easy. In ancient text, they call it 龙脉, 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 right? So temple are considered what? Sitting on auspicious ground. So if you are behind them, you will be also sharing the same auspicious ground. So that's why they say, okay lah, the wealth can flow to the back, but not flow to the front. No, does not go to the right and left, but can go to the back. Okay. Okay, nice to see you, GW. Well, nice to see you, Francis Day. Nice to see you, Josia. Nice to see you, LY. Nice to see you. Okay, now at least you know what to do if you go for house selection, and if you see a temple, church, or mosque in front of you, no need to choose. Right? Left and right, no need to choose. Correct? Behind can still consider. Right? Of course, the best is don't choose, because the ancient text also noted 神前庙后不住人. 神前, in front of the goddess, in front of the statue, right? Behind the temple. That means the surrounding usually 不住人, right? Means they don't host. Also, don't forget, temple accordingly is a 孤煞之地. 孤煞 is a lonely star. Lonely star. Temple, 他们叫孤煞之地. Sa is a negative star. It's a lonely star. The lonely star will shine onto this temple. Of course, what? How can the temple so happening, right? So temple is considered in place also. 阴地, 孤地, 孤地, 孤地. Right? 阴地, 孤地. In means dark. yin yang, right? Yin. Right? And also temple tend to house people who visit the temple. Sometimes they have what? Trouble. Right? They have unfulfilled wishes. That kind of thing. In the ancient time. Of course, modern rich people also, poor people also, or any kind of people also can visit temple, church, and mosque, correct? But accordingly, the ancient context, right? The temple is not so auspicious to live around the temple in the ancient time. Okay, now how about in modern time? Modern time, for your information, if your house is near a temple, honestly, environmental issues, you may have environmental issue like crowd. Because why? The temple got occasion, then it's going to crowd with people. And if your house is nearby, you're going to have car park problem and things like that, right? And then sometimes they have temple, mosque, church. Sometimes they have events, right? Or sometimes, like especially temples, sometimes they have incense, correct? Sometimes they have lightings flashing here and there for the events. So if your house is very near the temple, then you're going to cause some environmental issue to the person living near the temple, correct? It may affect their rest. Financial wise, you'll be hard to sell, correct? Like if someone wants to buy a house to stay, they usually prefer what? Peaceful, correct? Peaceful is always within the consideration, right? Correct? Peaceful means what? Less crowd. And if there is a temple, church, or mosque around, it can also cause some problem selling. Why? Because let's say I'm a Christian and there's a mosque in front of me, I may feel very uncomfortable. So you may have problem selling off that property, right? If it's right, if it's too near the temple, correct? Church, same. Mosque, same. Right? Including court, police station, fire station, ambulance. These features, usually they are preferably not near the house. Teacher, your near is how near? If it's very far away, let's say very, very far away, of course, doesn't matter. Very far away is like, don't know how many streets away already. Right? Let's say 1 kilometer away, 2 kilometers away. Then it's not your problem. Right? The near that I'm talking about is really near. Near, that means right in front of you. Or you look downstairs, your temple downstairs. Correct? That you can see the temple. It's like you can see it. Right? 2-3 blocks away, the further it is, the impact is lower. The impact is lower. The nearer it is, the impact is higher. That's it. Understand? Understand? Huh? And then how, teacher? My house really opposite the temple. Any solution? Right? There's some suggestions suggested in the ancient text. You can have a look. Okay? Number 1, yin ti. Yin ti means yin and yang, right? Then temple, sometimes they pray for the dead. Correct? Some temple they have event for the dead. So that's why it's the yin ti. Or sometimes they have chanting, mosque, church, temple, something that's chanting for the dead. That's why temple sometimes they tend to attract, right, the yin energy. They tend to attract yin energy. Huh? So a few type of people can live near the temple one. One, me, look at me. I can live near the temple. Feng Shui teacher. Must good Feng Shui teacher. Scammer cannot. I know there are scammer Feng Shui. Right? Those cannot. I'm talking about the real one, the authentic one. They can stay near. Right? Number two, police officer can stay near also. Because police officer, they have sachi. So are they afraid of the sachi around the temple? They are not afraid. Don't say temple, court lah, police station lah, fire station lah, hospital lah. Right? Police officer, they bo kia, right? Like judge, police officer, right? 做官. Then these people are okay, right? Or the 八字 very young can. The 八字 very, very strong can. Very, very strong 八字. The 八字 very, very strong. Okay lah, can lah. If the 八字 not very strong, not advisable. Okay? Then because it is a in energy place, and then if you happen to live opposite and you can't sell it because economical wise is impacted and you can't sell, and then you need to live there. Why? Because feng shui, you want a good feng shui for health and wealth, relationship and so on. Then what are you going to do? Right? So the textbook have some suggestion. They say, hey, your house need to increase the yang energy. How to increase the yang energy in the house to overcome this temper problem. Right? Yang energy is, for example, open all the windows, doors, make it, or at least the house is brighter. Right? The house is dark, curtain closed, dark. Not so encouraged, correct? Because this is the yin energy is so strong right in front of your house or at the side, right? The temple energy, the yin energy is so strong. Then you need to increase the yang energy in the house. Brighten up the house. Using sunlight, using lights, and so on. And then there are elements that attract yin energy. For example, trees, plants, what else? Junks attract yin energy. Junks. Correct? So we want to reduce yin energy. We want to increase yang energy, reduce yin energy. 避免聚阴. So any yin energy that can stay together and stop that. Remove all that from the house. Increase the yang energy. So water features obviously not encouraged, right? Because water features are yin energy, right? So not encouraged. Trees, junks, all these are yin energy, right? So you're going to remove all your junks, remove all the 噪音的东西啊。噪音 means yin energy attraction. You got to remove. So people who live around the temple, right? If they are single, not easy to get married or tend to have late marriages because temple is 孤煞之地. So that means the lonely star energy is very strong around the temple, church, and mosque. The energy, the 孤煞 energy is very strong around the area. So if you live at the left and the right, correct? So you increase yang energy. I have a lot of people stay inside the house. 很多人气, yang qi. Okay, I live alone by myself. Then the yin energy is stronger. So preferably not. Correct? And I have more men also. The men also consider yang energy, right? So people who live around the temple, yin energy is strong. The women energy also strong. Correct or not? The female in the house are stronger party as compared to the men, right? So the female need to what? Exit. Let the man take charge. Increase the yang energy. Understand or not? Huh? Yeah, polyclinic, hospital, court, police station, they tend to have this kind of energy, right? Polyclinic, who goes there? Anything that's negative is considered in energy. In energy, anything that's negative. For example, hospital, everybody fall sick, go hospital, right? Polyclinic, sick people. Sick is energy low energy means you sick. Correct? Low means in one, high means yang one. Correct? So yin yang one. So need to increase the yang energy one and reduce the yin energy one. So places that have higher yin energy, we want to reduce the chances, opportunity to live in such area, all right? So when you're looking for house selection, carefully see any church, temple, mosque around. You don't buy already, then you realize, teacher, I just realized the temple is in front. Then too late already. Correct? Because in Singapore, they have a law that once you buy the house, you cannot sell it within 5 years. So you have to check your surrounding. Correct? Ambulance, sometimes there are dead people, injured people. So hospital is also an in area. It's also an in energy place. Right? Nightclubs, pub, disco. These are considered in energy area. Right? These are 噪音的地方嘛. So we don't want to live around this kind of in-gathering, energy gathering place. Okay? But if you already bought it, you cannot dispose it, or you want to dispose it, but you just cannot sell it because there's a temple there, there's a church there, there's a mosque right around you, and prices around that will be lower. Correct? Hey, teacher, I stay higher floor, can or not? For example, ancient, they are same level house, ancient. But modern, they have high floor. High floor better. That means the impact lesser. That means if let's say this is 5 meter. Let me turn off my WhatsApp. It's too noisy. Okay. Right. FB Live still text me. Okay, 5 meter tall, for example. Right, and your house is 5 meter and below. 5 meter and below. They're inauspicious. Your house must be taller, must be 5 meter and above. Right? Let's say if it's a public housing, right? And your private housing is same level. So anything here is considered inauspicious. Anything above still can compromise. Just like the temple is far away, right? The further it is, the lesser the impact. Right? Lesser is very far away. Then the impact is lesser. Negative energy is lesser also. The impact you also will reduce, greatly reduce. The further it is, the greater the reduction of the impact of the feng shui. Right? So the whole block here will be impacted. The one living the higher floor, the higher you live, because the higher you live, the yang energy is stronger. right? The lower you, because high is yang one, low is yin one. We remember we want to reduce the yin energy. We increase the yang energy. Correct or not? Let's say this is 5 meter. 5 meter. Right? I leave 10 meter. Then the impact is lesser. At least you increase the yang energy. Understand? But there is a problem. For example, if this is built in 1960, so this is the host of the ground. Then these houses, right, are built in 1990. So these are the what? Gas. Because you come later, right? The host come first one. And if you build higher than them, the gas is greater than the host. It's also another problem sometimes. So to play safe, don't live near the temple. That is the safest. But teacher, I live in this temple since I'm young until now. I live here 50 years. Nothing happened to me. Then good lah. Nothing happened to you. But very big deal? Not really also. That means I live here 50 years, then I become millionaire. What air? What air? Maybe also not. Okay? This is true story for your information. I investigate the estate around here. Long Zhong, no renovation. That means what? No money for renovation or no opportunity for. But there's one house here very well renovated. Big, huge top. Because the money all enter here. Then this neighbor not doing that fantastic. Not so fantastic. Not poor, but didn't really say very fantastic. Right? Okay, any question about temple churches? If not, that's all for today's lesson. About temple churches. Oh, maybe I add a bit more about the 门前. This 门前, if you want to talk about feng shui, about 门前, a lot of story. A lot of story. Cannot finish talking about this story. 门前, a lot of story. Correct? So, temple, blah, 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 门前, got another house. No good. Poor time. If on lower grounds are more, on lower ground even worse. Right? On higher ground, still not so bad. On lower ground, you see, 门前, right? Feng Shui, they have this thing, right? 门前. Sometimes, this one is the door, right? And then, my husband sleep living room. My father sleep living room. My house too small, no place to sleep. My brother sleep in the living room. Sleep in the living room is another feng shui major problem also. 门前, right? Especially the leg all facing the door. Even you sit, that time I went to this house, very funny one, the feng shui. This is the door, right? This is the house door, right? Then here's the corridor. The sofa is here, right, like that, in front of the door. In front, no TV, nothing, just one sofa here only, right in front of the door. Then there's a TV at the side, one small corner here. This is the door. This is a TV, then there's the sofa, like that. So people tend to sit here, and sit here. To what? To watch this TV. You know what I'm trying to say? This also a big no-no. Big no-no. Because you don't display your leg in front of the door also, right? Very funny, right? So in feng shui, right? Now, in ancient book, the living room cannot sleep is because in the ancient time, coffins are placed in the living room. In ancient time. Of course, modern, nobody places the coffin in the living room, right? Most of the time, we place the coffin at the void deck or at the parlor, coffin parlor, correct? Coffin, not coffin, coffin, right? So, in feng shui perspective, if you sleep at the living room or anyone who sleep there, number one, guarantee unlucky. Guarantee. Let me ask you. Number one. Number two, right? It also represents going to die soon, which also can mean unlucky. All right. Some people may say, teacher, feng shui is superstitious. But for your information, feng shui is not superstitious. Feng shui is a science. It makes sense. It makes sense. So, like, we usually don't face the door. We don't even face the window. Right? We don't open our leg and air our leg in front of the window or even in front of the door. Correct? Number one. Number two, living room is not meant for sleep. That's why there's this thing called bedroom. If living room is meant to sleep, why you need a bedroom? Everybody sleep in living room can already, right? So that is a reason. So feng shui is not superstitious. It is a science. It follows the universal energy, the right way to live your life in line with the universe energy. That's why it is a science. It is not superstitious. Just to let you know. Correct? So there is a theory why you don't put your bed in the living room. Nobody put. I've seen one feng shui, they put the bed in the living room. Then I'm like, why do you put a bed here? I asked. The student said, no, like extra bed. Nobody sleep there, but it's just extra. And I don't want to throw away. I told her, you throw away, please. Nobody sleep, also throw away. You don't put a bed in the living room. It's not in place. Correct? So of course she dispose it later on. Correct? So living room is a place for rest, sit there, talk, hosting. You don't host your guests in the bedroom, right? Correct or not? And also you don't sleep in the living room, right? Which you think your living room is your bedroom. So it's very inauspicious to do that. Okay? This one is extra bonus. And the rest I'll talk to you next week. Other feng shui, I got more to share with you. All right. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Bye-bye.